to invest in products over talent. Let me say it one more time. Find ways to invest in products over talent. What's going on, family? Black Feniks checking in. Right now, I just wanted to talk to you briefly about that. Just thinking about the shift that we're going through in the economy, me being in a rural area, just realizing the importance of products over talent and why it is very important to find products to invest in. Products to invest in as far as stock, products to invest in as far as creating a physical product, products to invest in as far as buying goods and reselling goods. You know, pretty much America is a business family. You know, when it went to the United States of America, that's when we became a business. Like it's a business, you know, and to be here and not understand that everything is wrapped around finances, marriage, divorce, death, living, food, everything they wrap everything around how to figure out a way to charge a person or to charge the next person for that person's who who the system, so to speak, had to take care of. And one other good thing I just wanted to say that products products keep other people from judging you, family. Like the system don't look at your culture when it's looking at your product. Normally it's saying, hey man, that's a good product, I need this. Or this can help me with this, I need that. You know, but it don't judge you. And just being in America, it's just a lot of it's just a judgmental atmosphere. And when you're dealing with some of your people who don't have the right education, you know, it's almost like I know y'all done seen the movie The Matrix before. It's like once you wake up in the Matrix and you see someone else still sleep in the Matrix, those are those who are actually completely naive to what's going on in the system. And some people get caught up, like some, you know, people get caught up who want to be motivational speakers or, you know, or doing something great to help humanity. Sometimes they'll look at the people for the reassurance, and sometimes it's not going to come from the people, you know what I mean? But you still have to do it anyway. You know, the more I think about, the more I think about how we are blinded by the system. You know what I mean? You can't wake anyone up. You know, the old saying says, don't wake a sleepwalker because he might hurt you and himself. So we have to realize that we are dealing with a lot of sleepwalkers. We are dealing with sleepwalkers. Like, for instance, if a person is poor, even middle class, and they look down on you in a racial way or in a biased way, even them themselves are naive to the truth. They don't really know what's going on. Sorry about that. I wanted to block that so I won't get no notifications. My bad. Even them are naive to the truth. Like, it's funny how I can be working beside someone white and they have the audacity to call me the N word. But I'm like, you working for the system too. But the system makes them feel like, well, you a little bit better than him though. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, we working the same job. You might get treated. They might say something a little bit more polite to you than they do to me. But you know, in all actuality, I mean, you're gonna find the biasness, the judgmental attitudes, the racism on pretty much every job you go to in America. I mean, it's just like there's always gonna be one person who, you know, want to bring up the past or want to say feel like there's a certain people that's better than the other people. You know what I mean? But one thing I noticed though, you don't have that much dealing with products, family. You know what I mean? When you're dealing with products, you don't have that a lot. You know what I mean? Like you don't see a lot of people judging you based on the product you provide. You know, if it's going to be a good product or a bad one, that's how they're going to judge you. If the service is good or the service is bad, say, hey man, do poor service. Then you got poor service. Let me lock this in, man. I see someone checking in. Man, I appreciate that, man. Thanks for checking in. Like I say, I appreciate. I'm humble. You know, sometimes, you know what I realized? Someone asked me one day, what is it that others see in me that I don't see in myself? And it's just what you said. You know, you see the greatness. Sometimes when God got you in the fire, you know, I like to use this term. They say gold is purified 7 times before it actually makes its form. It gets all the impurities out. So when you're going through your firing stage, when you're growing and when you're finding you, and it's organic, you don't see what other people see. Like other people see the greatness, the survival, the hustle. You know what I mean? You're just trying to make it. You're just trying to survive. You know what you're going through. HogOn King, thanks for checking in. Africa, what's up with it, man? You know what? I did some homework today on Africa. I've been doing homework the last few weeks actually on different places to go, and I actually narrowed it down to 10 places. So I got 10 different spots that I'm actually thinking about relocating to once my kids are grown. My goal is actually once my kids turn 18 and I get them, you know, I'm done with, you know, paying the child support and I got them done, then I'm moving on, family. Like I literally, if I live to see 50 years old, all of my kids will be already grown by the time I hit 49. So by 50 years old, my 50th birthday, it would be a complete blessing to be on the African soil. You know what I'm saying? That would be, but I love to do that. You know what I mean? I love to go over there and actually stay. You know what I mean? And keep doing what I'm doing as far as educating and products and starting businesses over there because it's different spots. There's actually uh, great areas for business. You got to do your homework, family. You know what I mean? You got to go too, but it's a lot of things you can do before you get there. But it's still you have to go there to actually get your hands wet. So shout out to JT, the bigger figure. He been over there getting his hands wet. So I planned on networking with him. I planned on paying for one of his consultations just to get the information of what not to do. See, sometimes you'll go to, you know, different areas and we don't want to pay homage. If someone been there longer before, I'd rather go to the chief that's been there, who's survived, is who can give me some game. You know what I'm saying? Versus someone else. You know what I mean? So I would rather go someone that actually been through there, got his hands wet. But just wanted to say, man, that I think that is very important. Hey, Kenya's on my list, bro. Real talk. Kenya on my list, King. Like that's one of the places I've been thinking about. Like real talk. I'm out here today. I was actually doing a couple things, and the weather is about to get bad. It's been storming bad in Arkansas right now, and I'm in Southeast Arkansas, in McGee, and it's been storming bad. So I had a couple things I was about to do, but can't do that storm. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna pretty much chill today, stay out the way. But I wanted to talk about the products because products been keeping me alive, family. Like I only say that because if it helps me survive and it helped me take care of my kids and it helped me reach other people, I can only pass the game. So that's why I say products over talent. And but you have to have talent. So it isn't belittling talent. It isn't saying that talent isn't important. No, it ain't saying that. It's just saying use your talent to create your products. Because if you don't, someone will use your talent to create their products. You see what I'm saying? So if you have the mentality of being free and wanted to be a entrepreneur, a business, a LLC, a corporation, whatever your goal is, then you have to understand products over talent. We have to understand ways to invest. And there's so many ways to invest. Like we have the internet, man. We have this phone in our hands, and you won't believe the type of things you can do with this phone. You know what I mean? Like the places you can go, the people you can reach, and the information you can get. So I would want to say that um, think of products, man. And also I'm gonna tell you, I've been working on a book too. I actually been working on like several book ideas, and I was actually going through someone I was gonna have pay that actually that's what they do, but I haven't heard back, so I'm kind of tired of waiting, and I want to go on and get the process on. So my first book is probably going to be actually written by me, so y'all most definitely got to check it out. I'm actually type it up or whatever, do it through Amazon. So my goal is to make it an online book, so it'll be on Kindle and all that. So and also I'm gonna do an audio version in my voice. So my goal is after I do the whole book, I'm gonna go back and reread everything, you know, calmly in my own voice and tone, and to present it that way. I was told that that would be one of the great ways to actually get my point across, and also touch my audience. You know what I mean? Someone told me they like listening to me, so I'm like, all right, bet. Then I'm gonna put it in my own voice. Oh man, there's plenty of ways to get in touch with me, fam. You can hit me up, email, HogOn Welding at gmail.com. That's HOGON Welding at gmail.com. Or you can hit me up through social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can send me a message through any one of those. It's HogOn Welding or Black Feniks on my Black Feniks artist page. I check my artist page and my business page a lot. So in any one of them. And then I also have a business line here. You can leave a message or call me, and you can also send a text message on that number too. So it is 870-501-1974. That's 870-501-1974. So if I missed a call, sometimes I do have a lot of calls, so I had to go back. And I messed my phone up too, family. So I got to invest in another phone. I broke this one. It's kind of got some blurry stuff going on. My other one got broken, and so I'm terrible with phones. That's why I don't spend a whole always breaking those products. Not saying they ain't good, but I go through them. So I like just try to have me something that's just decent. You know what I mean? But the more I'm networking, the more I'm going live. I like to have a good quality phone to actually go live on and to actually network and talk to my community on. So I will be investing in a better phone so that way we can actually sit down and have some clearer conversations and some better quality. You know what I mean? But I know it's all about the information. I don't like to get caught up in just the glamour of things, because there's many people out there like that with the fancy backgrounds. I'm not saying that my movement is not going to go towards the podcast and having a better quality setting and things like that, but I don't want to get caught up with waiting to give some good information until I reach that level. Some people used to say, you ever heard the people that say, man, once I get it together, I'm gonna go to church. Once I get it together, I'm gonna talk to God then. You know what I mean? I just believe that, God accepts us for who we are. He know who we are. So I'm coming to him as is and say, hey, work on me as I work on me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow. Hey, you know what's so crazy is I have issues as a black welder, fam. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I have been on job sites where I've been judged off the top, and I have been on job sites where it wasn't as judgmental with just some of the people. Like some of the employees didn't like me, but the company didn't have an issue with me. So sometimes you get them good companies that won't have an issue with you, but you have those employees that still think like that. But I will say this, family. I got to say this: in rural areas, being a black welder has been some of the hardest for me because they don't really they ain't used to seeing us, especially if we're good and just not tacking something like a good welder fabricator. They're not used to seeing that good welder fabricator, iron worker, installer. I mean, like, you will have a few difficulties on the job, but I will say this: move around, family, move around. If things not working for you in a certain area, don't be afraid to move around. I think, like, us feeling that we don't want to get too far from home, man, I think that would cripple us, like, as far as what we can do in life, how far we can go, what we can achieve, because we get the feeling like, well, I don't want to go too far from the nest. Man, hey, fam, I'm gonna tell you what, I'm from Arkansas, born in Little Rock. I left Arkansas and shot out and went to Phoenix, Arizona, 20 hours away. Didn't know nobody, nobody. I just had my tools, my mentality, and some money, and say, hey, I'm finna make it happen. You know what I mean? I had made my mind up. I'm finna make this happen. And sure, a couple stumbling blocks happen and things happen and kind of made me think like, man, I make the right decision. But I made the right decision. I think that we're always gonna face those storms like we're facing right now, before the sun shine. Man, I appreciate it. My goal is to is to be more is to get in the area where I'm more needed. It's an old saying, you don't really understand it completely until you experience it. They say a prophet is not accepted in his own home. And they say a prophet is not accepted in his own home because majority of the time the people that know you, they tend to just remember that so and so ain't that used to be. Didn't he do that? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to touch them because they gonna feel like, well, this information coming from him, you know, or they'll feel like, well, can he really do it, or is he doing something, you know? And it's unreal. Like I give people prices for my independent circle because I have independent welding classes, so I don't charge a person like a normal school will. I don't bust people head. I make it fair for them and me. I would rather work for the people. So I say, okay, I feel I'm worth X amount of dollars. I get the equipment, I get everything. I teach you for this. You save, I invest in mine. But it takes material, it takes equipment, it takes time. You know what I mean? But I'm cool with doing that because I like to see somebody win. Like I really understand the concept of the 10 lepers. Like that even though you might heal 10 people, family, you might heal 10. Only one gonna come back. So those are the odds that we got to deal with when we saving our people, when we waking people up, when we helping anyone. You know, it is what it is. So if I can help 1,000, that mean I just saved 100. You know what I mean? That will actually come back and say, hey, I want to network with you, man. Hey, I made it. Let me give you something. Let me help you get up. Or, you know, hey, let's put something together, man. Let's put our minds together and build something. It's only going to be a small percentage, but that's cool though, because the more people you touch, you don't know what they can do. And one thing I have found out, it had always been strangers who I have networked with, and we have ate together and made money and sit down and laughed and joked and cried and didn't have no type of bias. And this is from different races, not just black, white, you know what I mean? Just different people that actually understood the struggle, you know what I mean? So, you know, I feel that we just have to get around our as far as entrepreneurs, people who want the same thing. And sometimes it's not going to be your inner circle. So don't be afraid to leave from home, family, whatever you're doing with your career, whatever your career is. Um, don't be afraid to move around because that might be the best thing for you is to move around because so many doors can open if you actually leave your area. You know what I mean? You know, it's so many doors can open if you leave your area. So I just wanted to say that because in rural areas, there's always going to be that judge. It's always that good old boy spirit. You know, to me, if you ask me, I feel like Jim Crow never left the South, family. He's still living here with all his cousins, aunties, uncles, friends, all of them still down here. Jim Crow is still down here, so don't get down here and think that it's not here. You know what I mean? It's just in certain areas you can see it more than you can see it in others. And that's why, honestly, I really enjoy Georgia. Like, I really enjoy Georgia. Like, I was in Columbus and Atlanta, and I enjoy both areas. So I look forward to going back there too because I feel like that'll be the closest I'm gonna get to going to the motherland and actually networking with my people and building some generational wealth for my family and for my people and really doing something. So my goal is to get back to Georgia. You know what I mean? I feel like after I went there and I had a couple things going due to the pandemic, things kind of switched up, so I couldn't do what I had planned on doing. Kind of got a little slow with the containers, but a couple people that I've been networking with in Georgia have already hit me up and they're about ready to take flight. So I'm hoping that, you know, I can migrate towards Georgia again before I actually end up going to Africa. You know what I mean? And like I say, that's my 50th birthday wish. So I'm, you know, I don't know how it's gonna go, but I'm gonna do everything to make preparation. And you know how I like to say, proper preparation prevents piss poor performance, family. Always. Let me check and see what you're saying, fam. You know what? Not at the moment, but I'm gonna tell you, they do have. I would say this: if you're not on Indeed, go check out Indeed.com. Put you a resume on Indeed, build you something up in there because I have actually been lucky and found a few contract jobs, a few cool companies by networking my resume and networking opportunity to do contract jobs. So you'll be surprised. So I would say put something on Indeed, fam. Put something on Indeed. Check the Craigslist in the major cities near you. If you're near Jackson or Montgomery, you know, Birmingham, wherever you close to, try to check some of those major city Craigslist. A lot of time, different contractors will come in and they'll be doing needing work, and it's free for them to throw out a little ad real quick. $5 is easy to $3 easy to throw out something so that way they can try to see what's going on in the area. I have even put in ads on Craigslist in certain areas to gain some workers in certain cities when I get there and I don't know no one, you know what I mean? Or I need one or two people. So I would say do that, fam. Always, and I'm gonna say this too for those who are finishing school, going through school, becoming welders, create you a resume. And if you don't know how to create one, fam, let me know. Inbox me, email me. I'll send you a copy of my personal resume and you can use it as a blueprint because that's all it is. You can use that and tailor. You know how in school they used to say, man, don't be looking on this paper, you cheating. Ain't no such thing as cheating in this life, family. Once you got to school, you got to know we got to use one another. So if you need a blueprint to look at that one, look at yours, and get your answers right, go on and do it. It's okay, you know what I mean? But we got to get ahead, fam. You know what I mean? We got to get ahead. So I just wanted to talk about products, man. Very important to get products. Products will save you. Even you who's looking for a job, while you're looking and you're working and you building your craft, think of products, brother. Think of products. Think of things you can make, that you can own, that you can control. You know what I mean? So, I feel like we should make investments, but we should create a business that we actually control to keep us involved in it. That keeps you physically in it. I think we should always have that duty. You know how I say, if a man don't work, he don't eat. I feel like we should always have something that we do to actually improve who we are, that we physically be involved in. Because you got to remember this too. A lot of people start businesses and then try to put someone else to delegate their business. And when things don't go right, they want to blame that person. Man, my business ain't right. Man, my business. Man, fam. You know what I mean? Your business ain't going to be right because it's your business. So don't put your business solely in the hand of someone else and then get discouraged that it's not working right, fam. I know what you mean. It's judgment, fam. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. We're always gonna have. So the best thing is to do, man, is get to an area where you're not gonna be as judged by who you are being a structural. Because I'm a structural welder too. I actually enjoy structural welding actually a lot more. You know what I mean? Like I enjoy being outside, so I enjoy heavy duty fabrication structural welding. I enjoy um, the in the field structural welding. I also like the ornamental. Ornamental is just basic, simple things. A lot of product teaching repetitious, but it always on the big structural jobs is always something different. But to each his own. But like I say, I'm a structural welder too. So I would say just go to somewhere, man. There's a lot of good areas right now that's looking for work. So um, try to network some of these areas, some of these major cities, and see what they're doing as for some contract work. Sometimes you can find ones that pay for your rooms and stuff, getting there, get you on your feet. Man, you'd be surprised. You just got to hustle, 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 hustle. Don't take no for an answer. Don't worry about the haters. They gonna be here. Jim Crow gonna stay here. He ain't going nowhere. As long as you're in the South, you're gonna see him. And some of his cousins tend to visit out of state too. So don't be surprised if you see one of his cousins, sisters, or brothers or something out there. Cause they out here, family. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to check in and say that, man. Go live with y'all for a little bit and just actually talk about products, fam. Because the more I'm in this rural area, the more that I'm in Arkansas, the more I'm in my home. It's products over talent. Like I got my bridge back here. I got some properties actually that I went and scoped out, and now I've been giving some prices. I've been running down. I'm gonna tell you where I'm at right now. I'm on getting me a container. Price has been going up and down. I've been having issues with this, so now I'm trying to find a container. Looks like it's gonna be, unless I get a deal. Looks like I'm gonna be in between anywhere from 46 to 541, between 46 and 51 hundred to get the container, a 40-foot high cube. So that's what I'm looking at right now at the moment. So I'm keeping my options open, but I am trying to get one in the area. I need to get this container to actually take things to another level. So that's where I'm at. So my goal is to open this door with this container. Once I get the vending machine business going, I planned on, duplicating it in different areas. So, my new business venture, I just want to talk about it shortly, is a shipping container vending machine store where it's just vending machines, and it's catered due to the area you're in, what the need is, what they need. I just don't want to sell random, zuzus and wham whams. There will be, a position, a sport that, but I want it to actually cater to the area, help the people, and be able to be very um, easy to maintain. You know what I mean, and to add to the community. So that's one of my goals. One of this new business venture that I'm working on. Right now, like I say, I got the land, got it cleaned off. Been getting a couple things as far as prices on materials, prices on vending machines, getting all my numbers together. But right now, fam, the biggest thing I got to invest in is the shipping container. So that's what I'm on right now. So I'm on getting one in, getting one down here to actually kick the business off. So like I say, it's always products over talent. But I know that in the long run, once I actually get this going, it's going to open up a major door, not only for me but my family. Another uh, piece for me where I can actually be able to do other things with my time. So I enjoy teaching family. I enjoy helping, and I like being involved, and I like being around my people. I like seeing people grow. I like being around people that's smarter than me, so that way I can gain some information. It doesn't make me feel no type of way to be around a brother or a sister who got more information than me, because I'm like a sponge. You know what I mean? I want to get it all I can get. You know what I mean? So if my life needs to be improved, I'm all for it. Like, I feel like we should never get to the point where we feel like we don't need no improvement. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let y'all go, fam. Like I said, I wanted to come live, talk to you for a minute about investing. Why should you invest in products over talent? Like, it's very important um, to think like that. Like, once you start thinking like that, keep it in your mind. It'll be easier for you. You don't ain't nothing to rush on, nothing to stress your brain on, because when it come to you, you're gonna be like, I get it. I get it. Products over talent. Y'all be blessed, family.